part 2 of my celebration of Bruce Pickford animation. Now that I got off the bus. So what I was saying in part 1, and if you haven't seen that, go back and watch part 1. It's only 4.5 minutes. I've been so consumed with my writing lately. I'm a screenwriter. So my own screenwriting, and like as I read over the draft of my current screenplay I'm working on, I'm like, I go between I love it to God, what is this? This doesn't work. And basically I'm so consumed with what I'm doing, and that goes for all day, consumed with myself. And that meant it was really nice to be at this screening, Bruce Pickford animation, several shorts, and there was a panel discussion, and very surreal animation, and he does it all himself. It's all analog. There was one short that was like pencil drawings, and it's hard to describe other than kaleidoscopic and utterly surreal and dreamlike. Crude in more ways than one, and that's all like there. It's like, that's not a criticism of it. I'm not personally like, I love animation, but I'm not personally like seeking it out a lot or anything, although I'd be happy to watch more. But anyways, it was nice to be somewhere where I realized being there, I don't know anybody. I don't know anything about Bruce Pickford. I just picked this screening because, one, it was at Braindead Studios, which I like. It was a good time to do it. I try not to be out too late. And it was a specialty programming, the shorts animation block, and there was going to be the panel discussion. Also, Alex Winter was supposed to be there, but then he wasn't there. I'm a big fan of his. And also, he seems like a really decent guy. Actually, no joke, when I was homeless in the early days of the pandemic, he didn't know me, but I was taking donations online to survive. In addition to making YouTube videos, he donated money to me. And he didn't know who I was. I just posted that I needed donations, and he donated. So, really cool. But he wasn't there. He couldn't make it, apparently. Anyways, it was nice because here I was realizing, like, Angelo, you're just a speck. This is not about you. You have nothing to add to the conversation. Like, I was going to say nothing to contribute, but that's not true. The audience contributes just by being present. But in other words, it's not revolving around me. I have nothing intelligent to add. Like, all I can do is watch and be present, and I don't have any bearings on, like, what it is I'm about to see. I had never seen Bruce Pickford animation before that I was aware of. I don't know if I came across it without realizing it. And I didn't know anyone there. So it was nice to be like, Angelo, there's nothing you can do. Just be somewhere where you're just like a speck of dust and you're not important. And just let your preoccupations recede in your mind, which they never could totally. And just be present for this thing, and give yourself over to the process. And be grateful and be happy and be lucky. Because even while I was thinking, God, the script I'm working on, it's giving me problems. But I was like, Angelo, like, that's good. That's what it's always like when it's coming into shape. Anyway, so check out Bruce Pickford and take the bus. I took the bus. It was really nice going there and back. Thank goodness this bus line, it's frequent enough, and like it's a direct route to Braindead Studios. And it's Memorial Day weekend. Got a lot going on this weekend. A lot of writing I want to do. Got to do my laundry. I'm on a dietary cut now, so like before, where I was like trying to make myself eat a lot to like put on mass, muscle, and fat. Now it's like, okay, time to cut. I put on enough fat and gain some muscle. So going to be on a cut. I'm planning it at least 6 weeks. I don't want to cut anywhere near as fast as I have before, where I lost like huge amounts of weight so quickly. Want to make it more reasonable, because also it gets hard to concentrate when your body is just screaming for nutrition. And thinking about how we can make this a better city. Look at this huge empty road. It's not welcoming to anything but cars and motorcycles. And there's a bike lane, although it's just a painted bike gutter. And we could do so much better. We could make this a thriving, happening area. Get rid of this freeway that's cutting through here. Well, you can't really see it. And put housing, put people-oriented spaces, give people options to get around without cars, let them have places where they can live and work and play, and take the financial burden of car ownership not just off of people who own cars, but off of cities themselves. We have to dedicate. Look, nobody's using it. 1, 2, 3 people. No, there's nobody in that Waymo. And that's a trip seeing those around. Always look behind you in LA. Like going across the sidewalk, because so many people ride bikes and scooters and skateboards on the sidewalk. And people, at least one person, I don't know if more than one person has been killed that I've seen hit by somebody riding a scooter. Wish we had more people spaces and not so much car. I gotta hear this buzzing of cars behind me. Anyway, so overall good night. I'm so disenchanted by going to theaters in general. People talking and bringing out their phones, both of which happened tonight. But what can I do? And the time it takes to go out. In this case, Braindead, it's not a big trip, so that was really nice. But should be so much better. Look at this huge empty road. Millions and millions of dollars in infrastructure wasted, and there are homes here. And people have few options to get around other than driving. Stand away from the road. Anyways, I'm going to sign off here. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. And this weekend, this Memorial Day weekend, try and ease the financial burden on cities, so they don't need to repair the roads after you're driving on them. Try taking the bus, taking the metro, riding a bike, walking, scooting. Try mobility without a car. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.